IRS needs updated systems, and Republicans wouldn't give the Biden administration the money to collect the humans to work to collect the money that's already owed to us.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Leftist Extremism. Now, this was a week where the flurry of activity from the Trump administration had leftist media heads spinning.
Surely parts of the federal government could be whittled down, but what we've seen so far is an axe being brandished.
Trump threatened tariffs on Canada and Mexico unless they increased efforts to secure their borders. Those countries both committed to increases. Tariffs are now on hold for the moment, so it's a win-win. But not if you're the media.
It is supposedly hard to anger a Canadian, but it seems to have happened. What are the implications now?
Oh no, we angered a Canadian. Watch out, they just might throw a bag of milk at you.
The Canadian Prime Minister had threatened to retaliate against tariffs if it happens. The Premier of Ontario has also promised to counterpunch.
The Premier of Ontario? He's angry? He's going to counterpunch? CNN has the smackdown interview.
We don't need them for the cars. We don't need them for lumber. We don't need them for anything.
And what do you say to that?
Well, I respectfully disagree. We buy as many cars as we sell.
Yeah, that really didn't quite live up to the hype. Maybe the media should lie about something else. DOGE, perhaps, to get people all worked up.
Civil rights being diminished and human rights being diminished, and
people knowing your business.
And people knowing your business.
Know your business
because a foreign agent has now access who's not been vetted by the United States government.
Right. Not vetted? Elon Musk has been an American citizen since 2002 and has had a security clearance for years because of SpaceX's contract. So he's definitely not
a foreign agent.
Habitual liars. But they don't know what else to do.
When are we going to finally see the lawsuits move on USAID and actually an injunction that stops all of those actions right now that are literally, unless the reports are exaggerated, literally killing people across the globe right now, this morning, this instant.
Except food and life-saving assistance wasn't actually cut. Things are changing in the Leviathan government, and the media simply doesn't like it.
It's as though we've lost our empathy gene in the American people. Not that, you have to only care for others, but if society thrives, we all thrive.
USAID isn't going to fund DI musicals in Ireland. Dang, where's my empathy about that? The media knows what really shows empathy. A bigger government with more IRS agents cracking down on you.
Needs more employees. The IRS needs updated systems, and Republicans wouldn't give the Biden administration the money to collect the humans to work to collect the money that's already owed to us.
Why is the government cutting things when they could simply just take more money from taxpayers? Now that definitely is a leftist media roundtable.
And the challenge that we have is we're sitting here and, I sit at my institution and I try and say, here is what's happening in the world. And there are, 45% of Americans think that I'm a liar by virtue of where I work, right? And they just don't listen.
That's the problem. If only we would just listen to our media elites. Of course, leftists right now can't even seem to get on a message as the Trump administration is moving too quickly for them.
What if every day he does multiple things that are freak-out worthy? What do we do then? For real, what do we do? Does anyone know?
Perhaps the media just needs a good therapy session right now.
Angered, they feel paralyzed right now. They're saying, I did not vote for Elon Musk. I don't want this. What should they be focused on? What should they do?
Look, there's not a great answer to this, unfortunately. The one thing I can say, and this is not to turn into a therapy session for you and me, Stephanie, but there is some, boundaries you have to put up for yourself.
Unfortunately, politicians on the left seemingly have no boundaries.
Democrats agree that Musk is a problem, but listen to them today, and they have a piñata in search of a stick.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your asses.
We are at war.
We will win. We will win. We won't rest. We won't rest.
Gretchen.
Wow! Would leftist lawmaker antics even make CNN panels burst out laughing? I mean, Chucky, somehow you managed to even lose CNN here.
We won't rest! We won't rest!
Please give it a rest. Even your lapdog media is laughing at you.
I I hate to ask the Democrats to man up, but sometimes you gotta fight big balls with bigger balls, and right now they're fighting big balls with blue balls.
Well, it's doubtful they even have those, as the leftists are always trying to shove their balls into women's locker rooms. But Trump stopped that this week with an executive order making women's sports only for women, and the media finds that quite upsetting.
It became such a big campaign issue. It made it seem like it was happening everywhere, and that every girls' team was at risk of either having unfair competition or, as the president just said, being beat up by somebody. I'm struggling to understand, unless it's just a pure politics play, why there is so much attention on an issue that is just so infinitesimally small. And you're just talking about a handful of kids.
Yeah, it's only a few dicks who want to insert themselves into women's sports. Well, maybe a few thousands. Well, then.
The ban itself, I think, is part of a larger context by which there's an effort to reassert conventional and traditional gender norms in society.
You can see why they wouldn't want gender norms. They just don't like normal. And while we're on the subject of MSNBC's Chris Hayes, we should mention that he would like an authoritarian law that limits how much time you can spend on your computer getting information.
It's like, I like the idea of regulating attention in some way, whether that's essentially like a hard limit on screen time, like a statutory limit. That sounds, people are like, that sounds utterly insane and the most paternalistic thing.
Because it is. But, MSNBC needs ratings, and they aren't going to get it if you actually have alternatives.
There's video does not have to exist inside YouTube.
Considering the large amount of stupidity in Hayes' idea, perhaps there should be a hard limit on watching MSNBC as well?
It's essentially like a hard limit.
I'm Eric Shiner saying limit your exposure to the leftist insanity. We'll take on that burden for you. You can visit the MRC homepage, click on that donate button, visit MRCTV.org for all the latest in videos, information, and entertainment. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to these videos on the places that let you see us. We'll be back soon with another look at leftist media madness.